What is going on, everybody? Today we are going to do something just a little bit different. Today I am going to talk about how to manage your inventory. If you open a ton of boxes like I do, if you grind the multiverse like I do, man, you get tons and tons and tons of gear, and it is very time consuming to delete it, to find the things that you want, and what are the best, fastest ways to get through that process. That is what we're going to talk about today. I am going to show you, I guess, the things that I use, the ways that I actually do it, and do it the absolute fastest possible. If there is anything that I don't cover, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Let's help everybody else out. I'm sure there are new people that bought the Legendary Edition, and I'm sure that there are people that are just getting around to it, and maybe some people that just could use some pointers. That's what we're going to do today. If you do enjoy, man, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Like I said, if there are things that I don't cover, post it in the comments. These are just what I do, the recommendations that I actually have. As you see from looking on the screen, man, I have collected about 115,000 pieces of gear. That is a lot. That is definitely a lot, and it has taken me a long time. It is very time consuming, like I said, to go through all of this gear to collect the stuff you want. With that much gear, I mean, I just do some things that I do might not be for everybody, but that is just, I do these things because they are the fastest for me, because I collect so much gear. Alright, so before we get into this, like I said, this is going to be things that I actually do. These are going to be recommendations that I have. They might not be for everybody. Everybody might not be able to do them, but these will help you. So if you can do them and are able to do them, that is what I would do. First recommendation is probably pretty obvious, but you need to level up all of your characters. You might not play all of your characters, and that's totally fine, but you need to level them up to level 30. Obviously, this is very time consuming. You see that I have every single character leveled up to level 30, and yeah, it took quite some time to do it, and there are people that aren't going to play as much as I do, but you need to at least level them up to where it increases your inventory slots. Because, for example, if you have a character that is level 1 and you open up a ton of boxes, it is going to cap out really quick, and all of that gear that you get in those boxes are going to go into overflow. Once it starts going into overflow, then you're going to lose all the coins that you had, or you're going to have to stop opening your boxes, go back into this overflow and empty the overflow, and it just becomes a major pain in the butt trying to deal with the overflow. So like I said, I would recommend at least level them up to level 10. I think that's at 75. You get 75 gear slot. It's been a long time since I've had a level 10, but I think it's 75 at level 10, and then 100 at level 20, and then 125 at level 25. So that's a lot of spots that you need to open. So level up as many characters as you possibly can. Now, the second thing you need to do is probably going to be the most painful, and it's going to be the most time consuming. But to be efficient at controlling your inventory, you have to do this. What you need to do for every single character is go into your character and delete all of the loadout. Like, delete everything to where there is nothing on the loadout. Once you delete all of everything on the loadouts, you need to go into your inventory and find all of the gear that you want to keep and star it. Push the 2 button, the Y or the triangle, whatever it is. You need to star it and have that so it cannot be deleted. Delete everything else. Now, this is a very time-consuming process to do this for every single character. But if you don't do this, then it's going to be hard to be able to control your inventory. Once you do this for all the characters, then once you get in the new gear, which I'm going to show you, once all of the gear is filled up and you have all them blinking lights and stuff telling you have new gear, it's really easy to control it once you have this done. So go into all of the, like, if you're like me that collect just epic gear, unique pieces of epic gear, then go in here. You need to find all of the unique pieces. You need to star them and then delete everything else. Don't have anything on your loadouts quite yet, but get rid of all the duplicates, get rid of all the rares, get rid of all the commons, or, just the things you want to keep. Star all the things you want to keep. All right, now the next thing is definitely optional, but like I said, I open so much gear. This is the easiest thing for me. As you notice, man, I don't keep loadouts on here. If I want to play with a certain character, I keep the best loadout that I want to use under the AI one. And so what I do is, if I have to play Aquaman, I'll go in here right before the match starts. I'll hit copy and then go up here to loadout, and then I'll put it on loadout 2. Once I am done with playing with Aquaman or whatever it is that I have to complete, then I go back here, I copy it, and then I erase it, and then keep keep one gear loadout under AI 1. And the reason that is that when you open all the boxes and you have particular items that you want to keep, if you have all 5 or all 7 loadouts full of different gear, you're not going to be able to delete any of it that is equipped on any of the loadouts. And you might say, well, yeah, maybe I want to keep that gear. Well, you could get a box and you could get a piece of gear that's a duplicate, but the stats on it are so much better than the particular gear piece you have. And so you don't want to be stuck. Like, it's just a longer, more painful process to have to go back into your loadouts, find the loadout that has that particular item on it, then go in here, then you got to unequip it off of the, if this is the item that you have, you got to go in here, find the item that you have, unequip it, put it back there, and then go back into the inventory and then delete it. And it's just a long, painful process. So I know people that play a lot, you might like different loadouts, and you might, like to do stuff like that to play with different loadouts as you're playing. Well, like I said, I would recommend just making a loadout before you play, or making a couple loadouts before you play if you're planning to play online. And then once you get done, delete them. Because once you get all this gear, man, it is a super pain in the butt to try to find the gear pieces that are equipped and then have to go in there and delete it. It just takes longer. And when you open that much gear, man, you want to find everything to limit the time process. All right, and one more thing with keeping the loadouts like this, another reason why I do it is that, since they upgraded or since they increased the cap to level 30, unless you want to go in there and redo all of the gear to level 30, I'm just gonna get it in boxes. And so if you have all of the loadouts completely empty, then once you have your character to level 30, like I do now, where I have all of my characters to level 30, once I get that new piece, it's gonna be for level 30. So when I check it, all I have to do is unstar the one that is level 20 and then star the one that is level 30. And then I can delete everything afterwards. So that's why I keep the loadouts, completely empty, especially now, because I don't want to have to go through all of the loadouts trying to unequip all of the level 20 gear or anything like that when I get a new piece. And I don't want to use my tokens in order to do all of the level 20 gear because, well, that's just way too long. I mean, that's going to take absolutely forever to do every single character like that. So now you don't have to do this. Obviously, you can use your regen tokens and then just level them all up. But like I said, that's just a whole nother time wasteful process that you have to go through, and I just don't feel like doing it. Way too much time. So I'm just gonna wait till I get all the level 30 stuff in a box, and it's just easier to unequip it or unstar it and then star the level 30 and then be able to delete it right after it when none of this stuff is equipped. My AI loadout is all level 30 gear, so I only keep the level 30 gear on the AI loadout, so that way it's just less chance of me wanting to actually have to replace any of this stuff. So that's going to do it for pretty much what I would call the prep phase. I mean, you have to get to a point at the very beginning to where your inventory is completely clean, everything is organized, everything is starred, everything is cleared off your loadouts. I mean, you have to get to that point in order to be able to manage it. You can't manage a mess if it's already a mess. You have to clean your mess first, and then you can manage it. So you gotta clean everything up first. That's gonna be a very painful process, but you have to do it in order to manage it, and it's gonna save you a ton of time, I promise. And so once you do that, as you see, what we're going to do now is that I'm going to do off camera, in another video, I'm going to open all of these boxes. I got a crap ton of boxes, which means I'm going to get a bunch of gear. All of my loadouts, all of my gear is starred. Everything is ready to go in my actual inventory. So then once I get all of this gear and it gets flooded with my inventory, then I'm going to show you how, why prepping it like that is going to save you so much time when it comes to actually figuring out the things you want. So we'll be back in a little bit. If you do want to see this box opening, like I said, I'm going to make a separate video on that, post it pretty much the same time, and so you can check that out. I don't want to add it to this video just because it's going to take a lot longer. But anyway, we'll be back in just a little bit. We are back, and as you see by all the blinking lights, man, we picked up an absolute ton of gear. It was a ton of boxes. My overflow is completely maxed out, man. I got gear everywhere, almost 125, over 100 on every single one of the characters, close to 125 on almost all of them. And so now it's time to clean up all of this mess, like all of this gear that we got, and that's why it was so important to prep, do all of those things that I suggested earlier, and it makes this process of cleaning way much faster. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go into Aquaman. As you see on each one of his pieces, head, torso, arms, legs, and trident, they're all blinking, which means you have all new pieces in all of those. So what I do is I go into the loadout, I go into the head pieces for one, and then I go to the very top to check to see if there's any new epic pieces. Well, in this particular case, we got no new epic pieces. Look at all the rare and commons that we got. But I only collect epic. That's all I'm looking for. I don't care what the rares or the commons look like. If you want to go through them, you can go through them and find ones you like if you want to. But I personally don't. So I just look for the epics, see what's there, and then I move on to the next one. Then I go to torso pieces. Well, torso pieces, as you see, he has 2 brand new torso pieces. So that I know that this first one, level 30, like I said, I'm trying to move all level 20 up to level 30. So I'm going to star that one. I am going to go down to the one that is level 20, and I'm going to unstar that one. And then we got this one, the Aquatic Bandolier of Crashing Water. This is a new epic gear set piece from the, since the update. And don't have it, so I'm just going to star it. And just to make sure, just to check, I'm going to go to the bottom just to make sure that it's not there, and it's not there. So I start it. Move on to the next one. We got Storm Guards is the only one of the epic pieces that we got, level 30. We're going to star the level 30. We're going to unstar the 20. Move on to the leg pieces. Only other one that's level 30 here. We got level 30 deep wrapping. Unstar that one. And like I said, that's why it's so important that you have these loadouts empty. Because if you use any of these pieces that are on here, then you can't delete the gear if they're equipped to anything that's already on your loadout screen. So now we have 3 tridents. We have Trident of the King. I know I have this one already, so we are going to just find Trident of the King, which is down here. We are going to unstar that one. Go to skip jetpack. We got level 30 there, level 22 there. And then War Trident, we're going to check that one. This one sounds like a new one, but I'm unsure. So I'm just going to make sure by looking through this to see if I have it. And I do not have it, so I star that. Now, once you are done doing that, that took literally, like, once you get used to doing this, it literally only takes like 30 seconds to go through each one of these and just star and unstar. And then once you do that, you go over here to inventory, you click here, and you are going to bulk mark. Now, bulk mark is like a god savior to cleaning this stuff up. If you look on your right side of the bulk mark, the advanced filter, you always want to do it by rarity. And me, I do everything less than legendary. So everything that's highlighted is all common, all rare, and all epic. And so once I get done making sure that I have highlighted what I want highlighted, then I just go in here, hit the X button, or what is that, square on the PlayStation, bring up the bulk mark, change your rarity to everything less than legendary, and then hit the little start button. Sell confirmed. We are selling 40 pieces of items for 55,000 credits. And then we got 3 regen tokens, and we are done with Aquaman. As you see that he is no longer blinking. So we did it a little slow there, but like I said, once you get used to doing this, once you get used to just going in here, checking to see if you have any new pieces, we got Ray's low key open there. We're going to uncheck it there. And then we got the Nanoverse. We're going to go find the Nanoverse, which is up here already. So I already have one, actually, so I didn't even notice that. And then Micro Scale, we're going to check that and uncheck that one. Go over to the arm pieces, groundbreaking exact fists. And so star that one. I do not see it there. And don't see it there, so it looks like a new piece, which is cool. Always love new pieces. And then creative improvisational gloves. Check these real quick, and looks like new glove pieces as well. So 2 different new pieces for the arms. And then we only got 1 level 30 for this one, which is again a new piece. We star that up, and then go to his belt. Have 2 belt pieces. Pristine belt, level 30, uncheck the 22. Meticulous, check that, uncheck the 21. And that is it for the belt. Then go over here to inventory. We bulk mark, hit start twice, sell 32 pieces of gear for $45,000. 45,000 coins. I wish $45,000. Anyway, so as you see, once you get used to doing this, it literally only takes like 30 seconds a person. But you have to have, and I opened probably 300 boxes just now, and all of my stuff, I probably have 30 to 40 pieces that are in every single character that you got to check. And so Atrocitus, man, if you didn't pick up if you didn't check out the Epic Gear Set video, or the Gear Set video that we just did, or the Mother Box opening video, picked up a lot of good stuff, especially for Atrocitus. He got some good stuff. We got Rage of War there. We got Rage of War there. This one looks better, so I'm going to pick that one, uncheck that one. Go to torso pieces. As you see, the chest guard of the 5 inversions, man, Epic Gear Set piece. We picked that up, which is awesome. I'm definitely glad to get that. So we got 2 pieces for the Epic Gear Set. We got and then some level 30 stuff that we need to to change around. Armor of Prisoner Release, Armor of the Ushmael. Find that. Wait, that was at the top already. We already had that one. That's 37. That's 52, which is so much better. So we're gonna uncheck the old stuff. Go to the arm pieces. I have so much Atrocitus gear. Look at those arm pieces. We got 3 out of the 5 for Atrocitus. That is awesome. Frightening plates. Looks like we don't have frightening plates. And then we got unit bracers, which is down here at the bottom. We'll check, uncheck. Heartless, we're going to check that. See it at the top here, 5,900 and then 6,600. So we're going to go with the one we just got. Leg pieces, Revenge of the Vice. Check that one, uncheck this one. Lost Artifact, check that, uncheck. Go to Deck Star. Check that. Uncheck. Fury 6, 7,800 and 8,900. So we're going to keep the original. And then go over to inventory. Bookmark. Sell 17 pieces. And now Atrocitus is up to 108 new or 108 different unique pieces. So, like I said, man, it's pretty simple. But the key is that you have to organize everything and star everything before you begin this process. And then once you open, once you get like that where you saved all those boxes, open 300 boxes, then I can actually go through this entire inventory in about 10 minutes, which is a heck of a lot faster than trying to figure out, what pieces are new, what pieces aren't, and all that stuff. But that's going to do it. I mean, that's pretty much what I do on organizing my stuff. And then, like right now I have a loadout for everything on the front, or for everything that is for the new sets. So we got, let's see, bracers, pauldrons of the 5 inversions, and then we got chest plate of the 5 inversions. So we got 3 pieces now for Atrocitus, man. I tell you, I really like that Atrocitus has boots now. I know this has nothing to do with the video, but Atrocitus's new stuff looks good. I really want to see his headpiece. So we're going to save that. But anyway, that is what it looks like, and I'll leave all of these open. And if I need to play as Atrocitus, then I just go down here, I hit the copy button, put it on loadout 2, play with Atrocitus, and then when I get done with that, then I just delete it off of there and then go back to doing whatever it is I was doing. But I hope this helped. Like I said, if there are other people that got other suggestions that do other things, man, put it in the comments. Let other people know. I know this cleaning out this inventory is an absolute pain in the butt. So, we got to do what we can to make it as painless as possible. I hope this helped you. I hope it made it at least easier for you to control this inventory, and maybe you could take some of these suggestions and become more efficient at getting through all of this gear process. But that's going to do it for the video, man. Like I said, if you did enjoy, hit that thumbs up. I will check y'all in the next video. I am out. Peace.